We did it again!
Oh my god! Oh, hey Duffy,
Hey.
how's it going?
Hey,
Hi.
Hey, welcome to the Casual Panic Podcast.
welcome to the Panic of Casuals.
Welcome. Ignore everything that happened before this.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. We
to
are...
Duffy's Nightmare.
Knifemare.
Nightmare. What's
I
a
don't know.
nightmare?
Is that like a nightmare with knives?
Well, Duffy has a really big phobia of knives.
I do?
Yeah, just don't look behind you.
Because you're always getting stabbed in the back. You get it? Because no one likes you.
Fake ass. Never mind.
Yeah, you were about to say it. Glow, get him. Glow, get him.
Yeah, so we're back again with another week of the Casual Panic Podcast, as we always are. And we have some topics to talk about.
Oh, we do?
Surprisingly, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
actually want to start off with one that's very brief, because I think we've talked about Star Wars before, and I don't need to talk more about it
I'm a
right
briefs
now.
guy too.
Yep. Two things. Star Wars, High Republic. I'm excited.
Okay, is that a game? Is it a TV show? Is it a movie? Like, what is it?
So, for like 2 years, Disney has been working on this to basically say, how can we do something Star Wars related that doesn't interfere with the Skywalker stuff or the Old Republic stuff? And they went, we know, let's go in between the two.
Let's make
And they did
another
Star
Republic.
Wars. Yeah, so this is at the height of the current Republic from like episode 1, 2, and 3, before it all kind of got bad. But there was something that happens somewhere in this High Republic that causes these sort of like almost like Western Sheriff Cowboy Jedis to come out and other
So-
stories around it.
Okay, that was confusing because I thought the High Republic was like, some Californian republic where they're like, yo, dude, the Force is fucking sweet, dude.
Dude,
Hell yeah.
Have you ever,
Well,
have
that's
you
how
ever
you feel.
tried...
Hell yeah, the fucking Force, dude.
Dude, have you ever like tried smoking a Kyber crystal, dude?
Dude, snort that shit. Crush that
Snort
shit
it,
up,
dude.
freebase it. You'll be fucking Force ghosting for days.
You'll be so high you'll feel like you lost your legs, just like Darth Maul, dude.
Oh, that's too soon.
R.I.P.
Too fucking soon.
Rip
This
Darth
High
Maul.
Republic takes place before that. The guy's
Hey,
gonna be like, "What are you
well,
talking
then
about?"
spoilers. Jesus Christ.
Wait, so Obi-Wan's gonna really like this. The high ground and all. I'll see my way out.
Okay, bye, Jason.
It's over,
Um,
Anakin. I have the High Republic.
He's just holding the books. And the kid's like, "What is that?"
My power.
Okay, so is it is it a game? Is it a show? Did we answer that question
Okay,
yet?
no, you didn't let me.
Well, you didn't
So,
answer. You went on a
I'm
fucking
thinking you
tangent.
son of a
You gotta say it.
bitch.
You gotta say it.
High
Oh,
Republic
time's
is-
up. We have no idea what it is now. All right, next time. No, keep going.
So it's a series of books and comics that
Oh,
are
I
meant
can't
to
read.
sort
That's
of.
not going to work.
Should I wait for him to get it all out of the system, Jason?
No.
That wasn't Jason.
I continue, Duffy. I'm gonna be quiet.
Thank you. So it's books and comics. I'm excited about it, but I'm also being somewhat reserved because I'm assuming this is their way of trying to introduce people to their next big creation. They're doing what Disney intended to do initially, which is create a arc for the universe before making anything. So the High Republic is meant to be that with their grand plan, sort of like Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff. And I think what they're doing is they're testing the waters with these books and comics so that they can release shows and movies around it.
Okay.
I would.
And then-
I for one would welcome a new lightsaber combat video game.
Video band.
I know. Well, that's apparently going to be in the works. They've already announced, Fallen Order 2 is going to be happening as well. So
Oh, they did. Oh,
Alright,
nice.
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like Respawn has mentioned that it's in the works. And yeah, so I'm assuming that's the big plan. I'm very interested to see what happens. I think it's really cool that they're finally ditching the Skywalker stuff. As much as I love the Skywalker stuff, it's good that they're going
It's
in the
definitely
right
time
direction.
to move on. I mean, Star
Yeah.
Wars is this huge canon, this huge lore base, and we've really only focused on. I mean, we've only cared about the Skywalker family, and it's good for them to branch out.
There's some.
Yeah.
I mean, there is some stuff that they've already written that would be really good to have as like, new movies or something. Like They didn't have to go with the whole Rey storyline. They had tons of stuff they could have written about that was already written, or at least they could have used it as source material to not fuck up the entire series.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that more of how, by ditching all of the existing lore they could have worked with, they kind of created more problems. Well, I'll leave it at that. But I think the High Republic poses a lot of great possibilities because we're looking at what seems like the potential of what's called like the Great Disaster, which is something that happens somewhere in the universe that the High Republic is existing in as it does. And there's going to be more like enemies that feel more like pirates or marauders that sort of create these problems. And so it's more the stories of these Jedi that, are part of this huge Jedi society and council that is thriving and not facing weird issues. And I'm sure there's still going to be like turmoil within all of it to like where people question the morality of it all. But we get to see them fighting these actual like other bad guys. And hopefully we'll see maybe what the Sith is up to in the background because they're trying to get the revenge at some point, obviously, because of what happens.
Because of the revenge of the Sith.
Exactly. And
the Jedi are trying to return.
Yep. And I think
and then someone in the Skywalker family will rise.
And they really are looking for something that they can hope for again. Maybe a new one.
Maybe the Empire will strike back.
I don't think so. Hey, Toga, do you need something, bud? I don't know if you guys can hear Toga complaining in the background.
And so I think we're looking at a really cool storyline that's going to be going on, and it'll be fun. I think the one thing people are interested to see is like, will we see Yoda? Because he's like old.
I get sort of a side topic about Yoda. I did hear that he may have an appearance in some way, some fashion in Mandalorian season 2.
We don't need it. I don't need it. Why? I'm not gonna be mad, but like, why?
I'm just saying. I'm just the messenger. I'm not here to talk about my opinions. I just say things.
The little child is gonna open his mouth finally and say something that's gonna be like, "I'm Yoda." It's like, what?
I've been resurrected.
Take that, Palpatine. We can both do this.
So Yoda is Space Jesus, not Anakin.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I think we'll see a much better, more fleshed out thing going on with great stories, with people actually investing much more time into it. And I think this will be Disney's way of fixing the issues that they created, which is simply by just avoiding those other issues and doing something completely different.
Yeah.
And
here's hoping. I think I've seen, I've heard from I've seen on some article that I guess Disney's kind of considering the fact that their TV variants of Star Wars clearly do better than their, big screen adaptations. So that might be where they start to sort of pull their resources into, which I'm a little sad about and a little happy about. I mean, that just means that there's a lot more Star Wars, but I also, I always like going to sit down in a movie theater and watch a Star Wars movie. It just, I kind of hope that they continue making movies. Don't just sidebar all of them now that you're done with the Skywalker family.
Oh yeah, no, there's like 3 movies set for like 2022 and after.
It's
like
almost more fun to make fun of
trilogy.
like and shit on the bad ones. Because you have content to watch on YouTube for like weeks to come about people criticizing it and picking it apart.
Speaking of that, what I love is people are complaining again about The Rise of Skywalker because the book was released.
Oh.
The book like adaptation of it, and they tried to fix a lot of the movie, which then made people more annoyed.
Oh.
Like, get this, Laux. Palpatine's back, right? Spoilers, everybody.
What? No way.
Oh my god, he's back.
I heard the message.
Want to hear something else?
No.
He was a clone.
What did I just say?
What?
What?
But he was a clone.
Oh.
So, like, the book tries to
yeah,
explain it.
That doesn't make
it's
it better.
super weird. It's this whole idea that, like, he had clones ready like vats of clones, sort of like I mean I guess like we see in the movie with fucking what's his name, we forget because he didn't matter after the first movie, Snoke.
Okay, yeah.
And I guess when he got thrown over in episode 6 and looked like he died, he technically did die, but his force spirit took over the clone body that he had, but it didn't bring over the same amount of power that he had originally in his original body.
So that's why he
And
had the boom operator attached.
yeah,
to his back.
the fucking Assassin's Creed movie Animus arm.
Yeah.
Wait,
and
you're
so-
saying he didn't have as much power? He literally took down fucking starships from the planet.
Well, hold
shooting
on.
lightning
Yeah,
into
he
the
just
sky.
That was
fucking,
after-
he fucking came lightning into the air.
Spoilers,
Hold on.
everyone.
Yes.
If you haven't seen
Let
the
me
movie yet, then I don't know.
Let me defend that though, real quick. That's after he absorbs energy from Rey and Kylo, which is this powerful dyad.
Oh, true.
Is it from
They're
Kylo
love.
also? I thought. Oh, it was from both of them. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
you're
that's
right,
why they're
you're
able to like do
I watched the
stuff
movie.
through the whole fucking like he puts his hand behind his back and he's like, I have a sword now, and he does the whole shoulder shrug of like, I guess I'm better than you, and then he goes and kill. Well, they also try to say in the book that
And
the
then they
kiss was not
fucked.
romantic.
It
Yeah,
looked very
well,
romantic to me for no
That's
fucking
the
reason.
thing.
Why couldn't they just
So-
like hug or just not do
Yeah.
anything? Just look at each other,
God.
Well,
or like just I don't know, write a
I
better
took out-
movie.
I took out a whole point out of my review just because of that fucking kiss.
yeah. Well, so that's the
Yeah,
interesting
kissing is
part
gross.
is it didn't turn out the way the whole movie went through a ton of re-edits. From what I remember, there was like insider info that was saying JJ was very unhappy with how the movie turned out because of he had all these other plans and different edits. Like if you watch someone show a video, they actually take that scene where like he dies and all that, spoilers, and when that's
Yeah,
happening,
J.J. Abrams dies in the movie, guys.
no, Kylo, sorry.
That would have been a good twist. Continue.
Yeah,
Duffy.
no, he should have killed Ryan Johnson in the fucking movie.
Stop.
Get Ed Sheeran to play Ryan Johnson and kill him.
Why Ed Sheeran?
They look kind of alike.
No,
Yeah.
they don't.
No. I kind of see it.
Yeah, see, Duffy, all gingers look the same.
But Ryan Johnson isn't even a ginger.
He should be.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm offended now. I'm a little offended. But as I was saying, like when Kylo, I guess, dies and like falls over, you actually, if you watch that scene again,
Oh, I remember you sending me
yeah,
that
I sent you
video.
guys this article.
Yeah.
Like someone showed that they actually reversed that scene, and he was supposed to not die, apparently.
Yeah.
So there was all this stuff of like the way it was edited, all that shit. It just clearly did not. It had different intentions, and so the kiss was like Disney's way of doing a very easy, clean, like just have him kiss and end that part,
Now, Kith.
and then have her go bury Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber in the sand and watch Anakin cry as he sees it going in sand. It goes, "Oh God, no!"
It all came full circle, all back to the sand.
I always hated sand. And yeah, so I mean, the book tried to like make changes. Granted, I'm not mad if they want to explain stuff in the book because that's supposed to help. It just sucks it couldn't be done in the movie. It just, J.J. Abrams had a lot of work to do because Last Jedi didn't do a lot to help set up the rest of the story. So I'm not mad at how it turned out. I actually enjoyed the movie when I watched it. Obviously, there's flaws throughout the whole trilogy. The trilogy's a mess, but the movie I enjoyed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I don't have complaints. It's just how it is. But yeah. So as excited as I am for the High Republic, I think it's hilarious because people are like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Once this book came out too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Star Wars being Star Wars, at least in the current day.
Yeah. I'm still just hoping for some good Star Wars games in the future from Respawn, from anyone. I mean,
I
who are the
kind of want
companies working on it right now? There's Respawn, DICE, and I think BioWare
They
has
were
made some.
They made the
Was
next
it BioWare the one that was doing
Republic.
1313 or whatever it was?
I think or LucasArts was doing most of it. I can't
yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I might be wrong.
Well, they made all the Coder games. I'm pretty sure. I think BioWare made the Coder games. I think. Don't quote me on that.
I'm gonna quote you on it.
It's gonna be my yearbook quote.
Sure.
I can just see your picture with my quote, just like and just saying. I think BioWare made.
I think they made all the Coder
games.
games.
Don't quote me on it. Quoted Jason Caesar.
Jason Caesar. It's like everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" By the way, I can't have a yearbook picture because I'm an adult. On the outside, I'm an adult. On the inside, I'm 12.
That still sounds sketchy.
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
Anyways, I would actually. The last thing I'll say is I would think it'd be amazing if like Disney was just like, "Hey, Respawn, work with the writers of ours that you worked with, and go write a script for Star Wars."
Make a
because you obviously know what you're
live-action
doing.
movie of Cal Kestis.
I mean,
there's that one
there.
actor that looks just like that character.
Gee, I wonder how.
That'd be cool.
They'd probably get a different actor. Let's be honest. Just
Yeah.
to fuck it up, just for no reason. Just like
why would you want a ginger as your main character?
Do we need to have a talk, Laux? Is
I
everything
think
good?
we do with your parents
Okay.
on why they had you. I'm kidding. I love you.
Jason, can we have a private talk without Justin?
Yeah, Justin, just cover your ears real quick.
Oh yeah, covering them.
Okay,
Not
pretend
listening
to
at
leave
all.
the room. Just walk away. Make some walking sounds or something. I don't know. Okay, Jason, who the fuck invited this guy?
You did.
Ah, shit. How are we gonna get rid of him?
We can make fun of his penis size.
Hey, I already do that to myself. Woo! I'm still here. I lied.
You were in the room the whole time?
I lied about leaving.
All right.
I hurt my own feelings.
Bloody Obames time.
Bloody Oblames.
Bunch of games.
I have... No, go.
It's Jason's time to talk.
Go,
Everybody
Jason.
get ready.
Who's Jason?
I've been playing a game. It came out a while ago. Not that long ago. I've been playing Hunt Showdown, Duffy. And you know what? You've been playing it with me. And I want to talk about why we've been sleeping on this game for a while.
You can sleep with a game?
You can. Yeah, I mean, you can.
Yeah, I've been having fun. This game's entertaining.
So when I first heard that it was a battle royale, I was like, ew. But they're clearly doing something different because it's not really a battle royale, is it? I mean, I wouldn't even classify it as a battle royale, really.
Bounty Hunter Royale.
So isn't it like it's like 2v2s, right? Oh, 2-player teams. How many teams are in a game at a time?
There's 12 players in total.
So 6 teams?
Well,
it can be 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do 3s?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah. So
But
I briefly know about the game. So it's like, so teams of up to 3, or is it you pick 2s or 3s?
No, it's okay. You haven't played it. Go ahead and explain the game.
Well, I know what it is. Like I've watched many things
go ahead.
about
Explain
it.
How does it work?
It's a game where you drop in and you have hunters, and you have to find clues for a bounty. And as you get closer to the bounty, when you start to banish the demon or whatever, other players can see your location on the map and they can come and try and kill you.
Yeah.
All right, we're done.
Yeah. All right. That's Hunt Showdown.
Okay.
Good game. Good game.
All right. Podcast is over. See you guys.
Yeah, I guess the only reason I wanted to mention it is because it's the new game that we're playing right now, and I don't know, I haven't felt this level of like intensity since like the first time I started playing Siege, and it's just like when you go there are those rounds where we walk in and we're just like, oh, we're just gonna grind some XP and just kill some monsters and like whatever, like just kind of grind it out. But for the most part, when we go for the contracts and stuff, it feels like you're always being watched, which is the general kind of feeling in battle royales. But just the spookiness and eeriness of the bayou.
Can't you be pretty stealthy in that game too?
You can, yeah. It
Yeah.
actually helps out to be way stealthier. I feel like
Jason,
our best rounds were when we were stealthy. What?
may I go into a quick story mode?
Nope. Yep.
Okay. So as you were saying, like the game actually stresses you out in a good way. And I wanted to talk about one of the rounds that we played because it was the first time in a while that I was legitimately like breathing heavily out of stress.
Yeah.
Because of how intense the match got. It was like the second night we'd been playing ever, and we were hunting after like this, I guess this it was a creature called the Assassin.
Yep.
And it like can move around, disappear, like go into this weird smoke thing
Bugs
that you
get on
can't
your
shoot.
face.
Bugs get on. It's all weird. And what made this round so crazy is we are being quiet the whole time. Like you're searching for this creature, and then by the time you finally get to fight it or anything like that, obviously people get to know where you are because they can either hear you fighting it, or once you kill it and you need to collect its bounty, it tells the other people because they also need to collect the same bounty. And I knew that we went into it with guns that were not quiet. We defeated the thing, which we don't normally try to be the first to do so. And all of a sudden you get this like ability to, when you capture the bounty, to see where the other players are for a brief moment or anyone near you. And I activate that the moment we collect the bounty, and literally on the other side of the wall outside of this barn, I can see two people. And I went, oh shit.
Yep.
And we freaked out.
I believe right before that too, you called out like, "Wait, I just heard them. I just heard a lantern shatter." I'm just like, "What?"
Yeah, and
like,
this game has some of the best like area sounds. Like you can actually tell
like
when there's like something going on. Yeah, and it was so cool because all of a sudden I'm like, I think I just heard something, and then I used that ability. And I was like, oh fuck, I did. And then we tried to book it out the other side of the barn and start running to the point where these people are literally chasing us and shooting at us. And once we finally got to like a spot to turn around, we got into a fight with them. Luckily managed to beat both of them in pure panic. And then as we try to get to this like extraction point, all of a sudden we just get shot at from the trees, and we have no idea where these people are. We're continuously getting shot at. They can't hit us because we're like just far enough away in the shrubs trying to hide. And in such huge panic, we're trying to find them, cannot see anything. And I just go, okay, let's just maybe go to the far side of the map where one of the other ways to get out is.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just like, okay, fine, let's do it. And as we're running, we're going through this water. I hear a splash off in the distance and look behind us. And there they are trying to chase us until they hear more gunshots and like they go the other way. And I'm like, oh shit, we got to go. I don't know if they're still chasing us.
Yeah.
And like what was in the brief span of like 5 to 10 minutes felt like one of the longest matches we've ever played, but I'm sure it was the shortest because we actually like did everything we were supposed to and just tried to escape.
Yeah.
And
I'd
never been so stressed.
Best you can
I'm
try to
assuming
escape.
Is Hunt Showdown the name of your sex life too?
Oh, that's oh my god! Holy shit!
Wow.
Oh god, no, it's not. Disclaimer: I'm not a fucking rapist.
Jesus Christ.
That was great. I like
Yeah,
that.
that was
You
that
know,
was a dark
just
one.
just gotta get him with one
Your
jab.
hair just got
since
a little bit less ginger to me.
Yeah, okay. See, the jab's right back at me.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I
matter
know.
now. But yeah, so that's
Banta.
essentially the story, and it was
Dude,
so hectic.
It's just it's crazy. Like the last time I played a game that sound was so important was Siege, but like in this game, it's like, oh my god! Like literally yesterday we were playing with Corey, and I called out, guys, I think I just heard dogs barking, and then of course, oh, Jason doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on.
We died this round, people.
In my defense, I saw Corey running around near the dogs, and then he's like, yeah, no, I made those dogs bark at one point. And I was like, okay, it was probably Corey. And then the moment we leave, 3 people just start blasting at us, and we were like, oh,
so anyway,
no.
they started blasting, and they killed us.
Exactly.
I got one of them, but then he got revived, and then it didn't matter, so there's that.
But that was actually also the first time you and I ever lost characters in the game, and that's a unique feature that we haven't mentioned yet.
Yeah, like the first character I started with the game, and I don't, well, not the first character for you, but like the character you grew attached with, we were just like, I don't want to lose this person, but I can't use them because I don't want to lose them, so we just sent them on their merry way and collected some XP, and it's just very, I don't know.
For the listeners, the way the game works is you as a player are sort of like a contractor, and you hire your bounty hunters, which is essentially who you play as. So you get to have up to 5 bounty hunters, and you pick them. The thing is, once you get past like the novice level in the game, if you die in one of these rounds that you go into, you lose your character and all the equipment they had on them.
Yeah.
And so it's super punishing if you die.
So it's kind of like Escape from Tarkov?
Sort of. Imagine Escape from Tarkov, but not Russian. You're in the bayou. You're fighting demons and zombies, and it's nothing like Tarkov except for the fact that it's stressful.
Yeah.
Got it. So it's like work.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you work in the bayou?
No, it's stressful though.
In the bayou.
I just every round we've played so far, every round I'm just like, I do declare we are gonna die, and that's all we ever do.
That's racist.
How's that racist?
What? I don't know.
I always feel like that episode. I always feel like that episode of The Office when they're playing that murder mystery.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I think of.
Gotta sound like you're pouring molasses out of your mouth.
Fucking Oscar's like, oh well, you know they're running out of grain. They're going down. They can't sell it all. I can't do this, Michael.
Yeah, so I mean, it's crazy because it's a stressful game, but we have a lot of fun playing it, and we've recently started playing with Corey too. So adding a third person gets really crazy too.
Oh, the firefights are way more intense.
Yeah, and it's so much harder to like listen for stuff because you have to think for like, okay, there's 2 other people making sounds around me now as well. And yeah, the nice thing is like all the zombies and stuff that you fight are not stressful. It's only there's the bee lady, and we're always like, not the bees. And it's cool. I'm excited to learn more about the lore.
Side note, those are totally not bees, but you know.
Whenever I think of bee lady, I think of that meme of Oprah going, bees, and then all the bees go out into the audience.
Yeah,
that's essentially what it is.
But yeah, it's been a really fun game. I feel like we slept on it for a while because it was initially only on PC, and we didn't think much of it when it came to Xbox. But you finally got your PC built, Jason, so we finally said, yeah, screw it, let's just try it out, and it was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Yo, side note, today I went on a PC part picker, and I was like, hey, let's see what it would cost for me to upgrade my PC from, my parts are probably 5-6 years old. I was like, hey, let's see if I can make like a mid-tower build using my same GPU, but upgrade like my motherboard and my memory and all that stuff and get like a better CPU. It's still fucking $800.
Yeah.
Why is it so expensive?
Bitcoin mining.
Please listen to our podcast so we can eventually get money so I can buy a computer.
Wait, how are you recording this?
iPhone.
That's a really good sounding iPhone.
I know, right? No, my computer's fine. Like, my computer's pretty good for right now. I don't need to upgrade it. Like, once I save up money, I can do it, but...
Yeah, once you decide to not play WoW.
Excuse me.
I'm just saying you don't need a lot of power for WoW.
You don't need a lot of power to shut the fuck up.
Damn, he got you.
Roasted.
Jason, don't give him the energy to do more of that, Jason. Just don't encourage him.
I don't have any energy to give. I've lost all my energy a long time ago.
I've lost the will to live. Welcome to the We Hate Ourselves ASMR podcast.
Welcome to the Casual Panic Emo podcast.
Life sucks so much.
What's the next topic, boys?
Blidio Bames.
Blitio Blames. I love playing Blitio Blames.
I have a Blitio blame I want to talk about with you.
I
Lex.
Blitio
No.
blame myself for all the mistakes in my life. Go ahead.
No.
Would you like to bring it up then, Jason?
Hey, Lux, didn't you go to school for like making games?
What? No. Yeah.
How's that working out?
I have a
Sorry,
piece
I'm
of
so
paper. Actually, so it's kind of so actually on that topic of getting a degree and all that stuff, my degree is framed and it's in my closet. Like when I moved apartments last year, we lost the piece that you put on the wall that the hanger the frame goes on to hang it on the wall. So I just have it in a box in my closet.
I don't even know where mine is.
Yeah, we just lost mine. My mom was like really pissed about it, and I was like, "Mom, it's fine. I'm pretty sure I could just buy a new one online or something. It's not a big deal, or I can just put a nail in the wall and use that."
Yeah, right.
But
Well, what about making a video game entirely by yourself?
are you referencing that guy who made a game by himself?
No,
Well-
I'm just asking. I'm
Oh.
actually curious.
Oh, so making games by yourself is extremely difficult. As many may know, there are lots of aspects that go into making a game. There's the programming, the art,
Electricity.
animation, there's electrons and protons and circuits. No, but I mean there are a lot of ways that you can make video games, especially as a single person. I'm single, ladies. Wink, wink. No, as a singular person making your own video game, there are a lot of ways to go about it that makes it a lot easier on yourself. I mean, Unity, Unreal Engine. I mean, those are the main two, honestly. I've been trying to teach myself Unreal Engine on and off. It's definitely still difficult, but I mean, there are tons of things out there you can use. People putting stuff on the what is it called? Oh my god, the asset store. So you can get like fully animated and skeletonized, like
Skeletonization, yes.
skeletized.
So
Like you can get like models that are fully like skeletized, so you can like go and make your own animations for them or use animations that they have.
okay, so that's what I was going to ask about, because this game that we were going to mention is called Bright Memory, and it's a game made entirely by one guy. It's a first-person shooter, and for me, what I assumed this whole time is that the easiest thing about, or the easiest part of what the game is like to make for him must be the assets that he's using. Now, if he's building every asset on his own without taking anything from an asset store, that is a whole nother level
that will
of
take
making a game.
many hours of work. I mean, people who make games by themselves are already putting in years of work and hours upon hours every day outside of their own jobs, I bet, to make these games. This will take them years. And if they're making their own assets, it'll take even longer than that, because I mean, someone who's good with 3D modeling can probably create a model in a few hours, but creating the structure, like the skeletons on top of that, and making sure that when they move, their fucking arm doesn't create like some weird, old lady Batwing type shit. It's definitely hard. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, and then obviously making sure that the animations that you're creating are good enough for what you need for your game.
I think
But I mean, like, even besides the animation, like just coding the AI and the back end and making sure that all the collisions and stuff work correctly, it takes a lot of effort.
Yeah. I think the one thing that impressed me about this game is that it's utilizing the up and coming newer technology, ray tracing, which I'm kind of like, so I don't know a whole lot about it. I know it involves utilizing light rather than individual pixels to create the animations within the game and the texturing and all that. But to even do that as like a single person, to a subject matter that isn't even really, I don't know, to me, it's a new and upcoming technology. And to
What's the name of the game again?
Bright Memory.
Bright Memory. I just want to see if we know what he made it on.
I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, it's an Unreal.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Unreal is very, very good at helping you out with lighting. Their their lighting engine is fucking amazing. So
Okay.
like I've made very, very, very small like demo things inside of Unreal using some lessons that I bought, and no matter what you do, it's gonna look fucking amazing. Like
Hmm.
if your materials, if you use even the materials they have in there, you can make stuff that's looks really, really good. And then it's just up to you to make it work the right way. Like
Okay.
they if someone were to go and write their own engine and do all that, one, they need to get a job because they're probably smart enough to have a fucking job working for a game company, or they're wasting their time because there's ways to do that. The only reason you
Mhm.
write your own game engine is if you work for a company that doesn't want to pay Epic or Unity for their engines.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with, like, obviously this Unreal Engine, that's a really good one. The RE engine that Capcom made, they're using it for other games outside of Resident Evil, and it actually looks really good and runs really well. I would
Uh-huh.
say the one engine that I'm just praying gets updated or removed and replaced by something is whatever the fuck they're using for Fallout 76. What is it? Is it the
Oh,
Creation
yeah.
Engine? I think it's the Creation Engine that they're
It
using.
just works.
Like, it's the one they made for Skyrim, which is a game that came out in 2011 that I believe was built upon a previous engine or something like that, and it's literally just this duct tape, like, Frankenstein monster that's just like, yeah, so we're just gonna keep using it, you know. 10 years later.
Yeah, but like, wasn't Skyrim actually a good game?
Yeah, because the hardware so that engine supported, like, it was compatible with the hardware that it was.
Yeah. There was another game that I remember seeing that was made by like one guy. Maybe it wasn't just one guy, but it was made like on Unreal Engine, and it was like a Souls-like game, but it looked so good, and I can't remember what it's called. If I remember, I'll bring it up on another podcast. I'll also look for it again, but
Well, I feel like, so, like, apps on your phone, I feel like a lot of times those can be solo projects. I mean, come on.
oh yeah, yeah.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
I mean,
so
it-
creating on
that's
phones is the same thing. You can use Unreal and all that stuff for it because like Unreal and uh what's it called, Unity, they can port to mobile. Sometimes it's just Android, but I think if you want to make stuff in iPhone specifically, you have to use Xcode, which is like a different language that Apple makes you use because they do not like other people making stuff for them, which is dumb. Apple
Definitely.
single-handedly limits the technology of other people. So,
Do you have something to say, Duffy? Kind of cut you off there.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, when we talked about people making their own games, I think what makes this one a little bit unique, where I was assuming that the assets they're using are pre-existing for a lot of it, but the game looks good. Like, they're going for a high visuals, whereas, like, if you look at other indie games, like, they'll usually pick their own artistic direction that allows them to get away with certain things. But like, all the work going into this game that's being done by one guy, that's got its own puzzles, it's got its own fighting mechanics in a way, it's got all these other abilities you can use while you're fighting. Like, I was watching gameplay as we're talking, and like, as they're fighting these like demon looking guys with swords and you have a gun, all of a sudden your character throws them in the air so they're floating there, and you just blast them away with your gun. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. And like, the main character is all of a sudden this like anime girl who's just like, hey, look at me. And it's like, okay, that's fine. Looks sort of like an asset that might have existed already, but I'm not sure. I'm impressed, but I'm also, that's where I was trying to figure out, like, how much of the work really was done by the guy. Like, obviously it's its own huge mountain to climb just to build the game in general, to make it do all this different stuff, and there's no disagreeing that it's like a lot of hard work going into it and he doesn't deserve the praise. But I'm interested to see how much of it is entirely created by him from scratch and how much of it isn't.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, aside from that, it's just really cool that someone's able to do that. Like, I love the fact that we live in a day and age where people can do that. And this is just someone trying to push the boundaries as much as they can, whereas a lot of other people usually work with either it's lower graphics or smaller scale games that
Or
work
dreams.
or dreams. And yeah, it's cool to see where this guy's going with it and how he plans to make it all pan out. Like he's trying to create a story and all that. So I'm pretty impressed with what's being done. And I don't know if it's a game, if it's the type of game for me right now, but it at least looks like a game that was made by a small indie team, and the fact that this guy did it all by himself is still really impressive.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's all I have to say. And it's a great way to stay in shape.
Well, you can't really get in shape playing video games.
You can't play Wii Fit or that new thing that came out where they have the circle that you put between your legs and work your Kegels.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So, did you guys hear that Death Stranding was coming to PC?
I did.
How do you feel about that?
I still think I haven't played it, but I've watched enough to know that the game is boring as fuck.
Okay.
I don't want to play a walking simulator. Like from what I've heard, it's like a big ass cutscene, walking simulator for like 20 hours, and then big ass cutscene.
It looks like
And
the
that's
trip
it.
I've always wanted to take, just walking through Iceland, but I just get to do it from my couch.
Yeah, and you have to deliver.
Spoken
babies
like a
for
true
some-
gamer.
So wait, would you be
Spoken.
carrying babies in Iceland as well?
Well, let's not worry about my real trip, okay?
Wait, you're not carrying a baby with you at all times?
I said let's not worry about
Do
the
you have a
real
baby
trip.
with you right now?
How else do you know
Let's-
where the ghosts are?
I don't want to talk about it.
Are you saying you don't stack your luggage 2 stories off your back?
Well, I do that. I mean, come on, I'm not some crazy person.
Right, okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah, yeah. No, I got you.
I guess the only thing that I was like, so Sony is very protective of its IPs and its exclusive games. Why give it to PC? And if you're gonna give it to PC, why not just give it to Xbox? You're in a way giving money to Microsoft in a way. So what's really holding you back from working with Xbox? Maybe there's some legal things that I don't understand that goes into that. I don't really have an opinion on it. I just am curious.
I would assume that even though it's on PC, it's a different competition that they're dealing with. Because at the end of the day, they're essentially saying if you want to play it on PC, go ahead and play it. Because PC, you can't control what hardware they're using, so they're most likely going to be using Windows and play it. But at least on the console side, they can go, if you want to play it there on console, you have to use us. So I get that business move.
And one thing though, specifically on PC, it's coming out for Steam because now your launcher is almost like there's almost launcher wars now with the whole Epic and Steam and stuff like that.
I
but
hate
it's specifically coming out for Steam, and I think they're as a bonus if you get it for Steam, you get like a Half-Life headcrab skin thing reference in the game. So yeah, I understand what you mean though. Like it's stupid. The whole Steam was monopolized on it, so like let's now all make our own launcher, and you have to download all these different programs, and God, it's stupid.
That's the worst part is I just want to play a game, and at least Steam will be like, hey, we're updating all your stuff for you now. And then it's like, cool, a friend wants to play like Overwatch. Okay, they haven't updated that. I have to let this launcher update now from Activision Blizzard. It's like, okay, now I gotta let EA's launcher fix itself. And it's like, oh my God, I have so many, like between Origin and all of them, and I just get so annoyed because it's just so unnecessary.
Yeah.
If only there was like a way to play all my games on one console that did everything at the same time.
Well, now you can, featuring the Nintendo 64.
Oh, I have that.
Oh, thank God. This is what I've been waiting for.
You can play games.
Do you want to come play video games with me?
Well, do you get which is the first person controller?
I only have one controller.
That doesn't do anything. a level back in the day, the first player controller was the one that worked the best. Like,
Oh yeah, and it was always whoever's house it was, they got the best controller.
yeah, exactly. So then
Yeah.
you're playing, and like you're at your friend's house, and you're playing, and you have like a fucked up Z button, and
Yeah,
you
nothing
just,
nothing fucking works.
and you're just getting creamed on because you're just
Yeah, your
like, well,
friend, your oh what? Get creamed on by your friends?
That's when
Oh
you knew.
no, Duffy, you're creaming on me. Oh no!
I'm just sitting there like I'm gonna go home. I don't know what's going on. That's when you knew you could really tell the character of somebody if they gave you the good controller, and you were like, oh man, you're like you would jump out of you jump into a burning building to save somebody.
Yeah, it's the difference between the people who like doing the creaming and who like being creamed on.
yeah, but those
Can you
people are
imagine?
always the ones.
They're like grabbing their controllers, like, are you catcher or pitcher?
They're like, ooh, cream on me.
All right. Speaking, I heard you mention Half-Life Crabhead.
What?
Can we talk about how the Half-Life VR and how Half-Life in
That's
general
dumb.
is?
It's dumb. What?
Have you seen the footage?
No,
You don't think
Hold
Half-Life
on,
Alex is gonna
hold
be
on.
fucking sick?
no. I'm not saying that is bad, but it's VR only, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's a VR game.
So who has VR?
people who have money.
Rich YouTubers.
Okay, so many people have been vying for a new Half-Life game, and now everyone has to go get a freaking VR headset to play the new Half-Life game?
Hold on. Is this?
But it's not Half-Life 3.
Yeah, it's not Half-Life 3. It's just another way
It's just
of playing
Half-Life 3
Half-Life.
confirmed.
But like I watched footage of like the game, and it's amazing. Like someone was literally in a gunfight with, just the random AI they were fighting, and at one point they jumped to the side behind a van, noticed someone came around the corner to shoot at them. They opened the door of the van to shield themselves, and then peeked over through the window and shot the enemy. And I went, "Oh my god, that's game changing."
Yeah, I mean, I think the game looks great. Don't get me wrong. I feel like the concept behind, like, and you like you said, it's not Half-Life 3, but it is the new Half-Life game, and I almost feel like it's not, but it is kind of like a middle finger to like the fans, where it's like, hey, by the way, if you want to play the new Half-Life game, you need a VR headset, and not many people have that. And to even use VR, even if you had a headset, you still need a powerful enough rig that can handle it. So it's
I think the thing about this is that it's going to take games like this to push VR developers into making things more affordable and better for the community, because you need to have competing technologies within that space in order to push the other. So like VR, like the hardware was kind of ahead with the Index, but nothing could really use it. And then Boneworks came along, and now Half-Life Alyx is coming along, which is going to force all the other people like Oculus and HTC to start, working on their stuff and releasing things that are going to be able to handle those and make it, better. So I think there needs to be that competition between the games and the hardware in order to push themselves further and further. So
Yeah, I think we just have to accept the fact that VR right now is an early adopter phase, and we just have to let those people who can and want to take part in this really do it, because I think it is the next level of gaming in some fashion. And one day we'll see where it goes, and eventually we'll reach a point where when you go to throw on your headset, it also comes with goggles that let you then see into the world, and all of a sudden you're playing with your friends in this immersive game. Whether or not you're using the controllers that let your hands be independent, or if you're using just a normal controller, I think we're going to reach that point where you can finally start to play a game that is way more immersive, and you're no longer tied to the screen on your desk, and you can do a lot more. It's just, this is the first stepping stone of showing a lot of the potential behind it with Half-Life and Boneworks, and it's just going to be really cool. I'm not, I understand where you're kind of like, oh man, there are people wanting Half-Life 3, like, let's give it to them, but unfortunately Valve doesn't believe in the number 3, so it just isn't going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I do think the game's impressive, and again, as you said, I don't know. I just think a developer, it's just funny. It's funny and it's kind of messed up in a way, but we'll see how it goes. And as Justin was saying, this is a way to sort of push that technology, and maybe this will be the push that the gaming world needs to kind of make VR more accessible to people. So if this is what it takes, then maybe it'll be good. But I'm still kind
once
of
the
like
hardware, if the hardware can be pushed to the point where they need to keep innovating, it's going to bring the price down by a lot.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Well,
Except for the whole everyone in the world dying thing is bringing the stock market down. Yeah. Shh! Don't say it. It can hear you.
Can it go through the? Can it go through electrons?
It can make it through anything.
I'm dead.
I'm sick.
I'm sick. But speaking of like companies, gaming companies, like kind of pushing through their own boundaries, I wanted to also bring up the whole announcement of Valorant from Riot Games.
Oh yeah, the CS:GO Overwatch clone.
Yeah, sort of.
They're like, what if we took CS:GO, which is a popular game, and then there's also Overwatch, also a popular game, and we had them sex it up. Let's have Overwatch
and we make free
cream.
to play.
Let's have it cream on CS:GO.
All I'm going to say
Call
is
back to what Jason said.
Here's my
cream
short
in.
bit.
Oh,
Stop
ooh.
it! Stop it! Stop!
Ooh. Hope my mom's not listening to this.
Stop!
Hope Duffy's mom is.
Get out of here. Leave.
Bye, Mrs. Duffy.
No, you get out of here.
Okay, bye, Mr. Laux.
Okay, he's gone again, Jason. What are we gonna fucking do about this guy?
Coronavirus.
Oh,
Oh, jeez. Bio
Too
warfare.
soon.
Oh no.
literally isn't even over yet.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited for this game to try it out. I have a friend at Riot who's super cool, and he hasn't told me anything about this stuff. We chat every now and then just because I've been interested in the industries. Yeah, totally lied to me. No, when I heard about it, I was like, dude, this sounds awesome. And the most I heard back was just his excitement for it. He's like, yeah, like with the lore they get to work on and all this other stuff, and just on the creative end, like they're super excited for this to come out because they're challenging themselves to do something they haven't done before, and they're taking an approach that they did with League of like creating a really cool lore, backstories, and abilities to go with it all. And I'm really interested to see where this goes. It does look, and I'm assuming will feel like CSGO with the way it plays, just with the addition of the Overwatch-esque abilities. So
yeah,
there's no shying away from that.
I'm kind of interested to see because like these are the guys that have been working on League of Legends for how many years? Like how long has League been out now? Like 10 years? More than that?
Oh yeah, more than that. It's what made them.
Yeah,
that's why they keep doing it.
So it's like now they're doing an entirely different shift, still competitive, still team based, but entirely different format as a first person shooter. And I don't have to say a first person shooter and its ability, its mechanics, as it compares to like a MOBA, like top level fighting, is entirely different. And I kind of wonder, like going back to the whole making video games thing, did they bring people in who know how to make first person games?
I'm
Sure
yeah,
looks like it. I mean, from the videos that I've seen, it looks like it's pretty well polished already.
Yeah,
in terms of the gameplay. They're really focusing on the gameplay, like making sure that like when you shoot somebody, it's going to register, and like you're not going to get these weird clipping issues. And then they also were working on like anti-cheating stuff too within the game.
Yeah,
I mean they had the developers. It's like a 2-minute video of the developers just playing against each other in a real match.
Yeah, and it looks super fun. From what I'm aware of and what I believe, they have basically made their own team for Valorant. I've been lucky enough, I got to check out Riot Campus at one point, and it's such an awesome looking place, and you can tell the energy going into these games is just all full of creativity and just trying to make it fun. So I'm actually very excited to see what it's going to be like. And the fact that it's free to play means I will definitely be trying it out. And
yeah, for sure.
I can't wait to try
V-Bucks.
and get good at it and then yell at people because I'm going to be like, I totally shot them first.
How is that not a
excited.
headshot?
Exactly. That's all I'm going to be saying.
I think that's what they're going for, is like they don't want people to say, how is it not a headshot, or how did that guy kill me when you were behind a wall or something.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
because like on your screen you were behind the wall, but based on the game, it was your frame was still outside the wall or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it looks really cool. I'm definitely gonna try and make you guys play the game with me and try it out.
Nope.
Oh yeah, I'm totally down. If there's like a beta or something, let's try and get into it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really looking forward to
Hey,
it.
maybe
I'm
we can
installing my
maybe we
PC
can
now.
reach out. Maybe you can ask your Riot friend and be like, hey,
Hey,
we
wait,
run a little
hold
bit of
on.
a media thing.
Justin, stop. No, hold on.
Please,
Did you hear? Did you hear what Jason said?
No.
What did I say?
Jason, you're going to uninstall your PC?
Wait,
Yes.
what? I'm just gonna delete System 32 folder.
Hey, it's actually. Hold on.
Just alt tabbing out of my bedroom and just gonna get rid of this PC.
I'm just gonna fucking Alt F4 my life.
Yeah, I'm looking at Systems 32 right now. I'm opening it.
Yeah, go ahead and delete that. It's fine.
And
Just-
oh no!
just right-click delete. I store all my nudes in my System 32 folder just in case.
That's a good hiding spot, actually.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's like hiding all of your secrets next to the nuke button, so it's still visible. But you just
You're
hit the
still
nuke button
visible.
if you don't like what you see.
I don't like what you see.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeet.
Oh, well, I feel much better now. Thank you.
Okay. Perfect.
All right, cool. Yeah, looking forward to this game. Interested to see how it goes. You know what I'm not looking forward to is the One Punch Man game.
Why?
I have no idea. I didn't ask for it.
Do
and
you
it's
just
coming
not
out.
like having fun?
You don't like anime. Hey everyone,
Yeah.
he doesn't like anime.
Yeah, what a fucking weeb.
I like some anime.
Yeah, alright, poser.
You like anime? Name 8.
Name
Eight?
8 of their songs.
Yeah, name 8 of their songs.
I can't name any songs. No, one of my favorite animes has always been Full Metal Alchemist. So I
Wait,
always like
Brotherhood
that.
or the original?
Well, I've seen both, but I know I like the original, but I'm fine with watching either. But
It was
definitely
so I started
different.
watching regular Full Metal Alchemist, and then I switched to Brotherhood because everyone's like Brotherhood's better, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And then I watched them both, and I was like, holy shit, they are so different.
They're
like
very different.
they're incredibly different.
I jumped onto those way after other people got into it, so I was totally cool with watching either and be like, oh, they're both an interesting ride.
Yeah, I didn't watch them until like last year, so
Yeah, but I've always liked that Cowboy Bebop.
haven't seen Cowboy Bebop. Yo, fucking Naruto. Fucking
Nah.
Naruto though.
More like Naru no.
Dude, the fight scenes in Naruto are top fucking notch.
Yeah.
There's if you haven't seen it, there's a fight scene in the beginning of the
I used to
Boruto
watch
show. Oh, dude, the fight scene in the beginning of the Boruto show with Sasuke and Naruto fighting this fucking dude.
Sasuke.
What?
Nani!
It's honestly like one of the fucking coolest animation fight scenes of all time.
Okay, but before I change the topic on that and talk about One Punch Man a little bit more, how do you classify Avatar: Last Airbender? Is it just straight up anime, or is it because
The
it's so
show?
American? Yeah. What do you
I would-
consider that?
It's anime.
I would say, yeah, I guess
it's a form of
anime.
anime. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I would put it in the anime camp because I feel like
It's
the way
An-American.
that I see,
But yeah.
no, the way that I differentiate cartoons from anime is that anime has a story that progresses in a linear fashion, but cartoons, every episode can kind of stand on their own. Like,
Okay,
I could
I
go
can
and
get
watch
that.
an episode of SpongeBob and not know what the fuck happened in the last episode.
Well, hold on though, but like, okay, I guess that's sort of fair because I mean, like, I think a very underrated like modern cartoon is Gravity Falls,
I don't know what that is.
and as you know, someone in their 20s, that's weird to mention, but it's actually like a very well made show that I just stumbled upon because the internet's like, this is actually like way above like kids to watch. You should check it out. And it's a cartoon, but it has a full story arc to it. And it only goes for like 2 seasons because I guess Disney or whatever was like, this isn't
I think
working. The kids aren't
anime.
watching
Maybe
it.
I would consider anime to be something that maybe I wouldn't consider it to be anime. Like I wouldn't consider
Well,
Avatar to be
I always
anime
considered
because
the art style to be what defined it more, in my
well,
opinion.
that and also that anime is usually a very very long term thing. Like Naruto has like fucking 2,000 episodes or some shit. Like
Well, that's like I
Avatar
heard
only has,
about.
like 2 seasons.
They're gonna make a One Piece show on Netflix, and I'm like, what part of One Piece are you gonna make? I'm just
Second
like,
piece,
shut your goddamn mouth.
2 piece.
Gotta get that other piece. Um, but okay, have you guys seen One Punch Man?
Yes.
I know
Some
of
of
it.
Okay, what, Jason?
I have not seen the show physically. I've seen scenes of the show.
Okay.
I've seen funny
He-
scenes in the show.
He always wins with one punch.
Yeah, I've seen like the first episode and then watched random ones after that. I haven't followed the show well, but now they're making a game about it. And Jason, you and I were like, how does that work?
Yeah.
I think I saw that it was you fight as the other characters. You don't have to play as Saitama, and then when you win, Saitama comes in and just one punches the guy to death.
I don't, and I watched gameplay. You don't play as One Punch Man, and I don't understand why you'd make a game about that.
Because if you played as Saitama, you would win every game in one punch.
So it's basically leveraging the other characters of the anime and
Yeah.
having them fight.
Yeah.
Whereas Saitama is like he's not even a character in the game. He's more of like a component of the mechanics of the game.
Yeah,
That's
it's
how
like
you win.
it's
is that
like
you beat
paying
them until Saitama comes and finishes them off for you.
yeah, it's like paying an actor to promote your brand, pretty much.
Sure,
They're just
but I mean,
using
there are
them
lots
to
of,
sell the name.
But like, there are so many cool
Saitama
fucking
walks in with
characters in that
Yeezys.
show. Okay. I mean, one punches Kanye and Kim.
and then the world is saved.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched some gameplay. It looks like a weird Street Fighter mixed with Dragon Ball Z-esque fighter thing, and it looks fine. It doesn't look. It's not like game changing. It just looks like a game that
It's another one of
graphics
those,
look okay.
It looks like another one of those anime games that they're like, hey, we made a show that was successful, so let's make a game now because that's what we do. And those are hit or miss. I mean, sometimes they're really good. I actually used to think the Naruto games, the Shinobi whatever games, I can't remember the name.
Shinobi Striker.
Shinobi Striker. Those were actually pretty
have
good.
that.
I actually
have that
I
game.
actually enjoyed those games.
We could play that on Xbox together, Jason.
I don't have it, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's on Game Pass.
Looks like I'll buy it for you. I think I'm busy then.
It's
I
on
don't
Game
know.
Pass. Let's do it.
I canceled Game Pass.
Nani! Naruto! Sasuke-kun!
Well, on that note, I think maybe we will end this episode and go play some video
Oh.
games together like we like to do.
Yeah! Wait, I'm not gonna play games with you guys.
Yeah, we know. You're going to ditch us to go play WoW for 10
Yo,
years.
it's Super Loot Tuesday, man. Weekly reset. Gotta get them fucking mythics done, my dude.
I didn't understand anything you
In
said.
my
400
day, there was
I'm
no
a
Super
464 item level demon hunter on the Khadgar server.
Tuesday. Bet your name
I
is
don't...
Dick Thing.
Close. It's Thing Dick.
Ah,
I know.
So,
You were
yeah, you're
close.
really close, Jason. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening. Feel free to check us out at casualpanic.com. You can find us on YouTube at Casual Panic. A lot of our social handles go as _Casual Panic. So feel
It's a
free
spell
to
out
go.
underscore. It's not the underscore symbol. I lied. It's
Yeah.
it's the underscore symbol.
Yeah, don't listen to him. Find us everywhere else. Just search for Casual Panic on the interwebs and see if you can find us. We do this weekly. We do videos weekly now. Keep an eye out for more stuff. And if you ever want to hear us talk about certain topics, feel free to reach out to us on social media and go from there. So thanks again, Jason and Justin, for being here as you guys usually are. And we will see you all in the next episode.
Thanks for being the leader of this entire group, Duffy. I'm glad that you're our supreme leader.
Okay, bye.
Love you, bye.